in my head, darling, I hope that you'll be here when I need you the most. So don't let me down. Don't let me down.
Hello.
Wait.
Oh, I hear a little bit.
What do you hear?
I got feedback.
Are the mics on?
Are the mics on? The mics are supposed to be
Hey.
on. Program audio. Dang, Jeremiah.
It's not the same thing every time?
It is the same thing every time. I don't know what's happening. Okay, level the board.
It's like he's doing a science experiment. Level the board. Oh.
I got Space Invader sounds.
I felt like that was going through my brain. It's vibrating all of my cells, my frontal lobe, my occipital.
Hello. Okay. It is actually hearing us, but
Who's your instructor?
I can't even remember. My undergrad was at the University of Toledo, and then my master's was at Ursula. But I had changed my major after I worked at a nurse at the UT Medical Center. I seen somebody die and come back to life. Scared the heck out of me. How?
I don't know why we can't hear it, but the levels are on because you can see it moving. I don't know why we can't actually hear it through the microphone.
Yeah, I'm not. Oh.
We should have been checking it instead of
Sorry, everybody on live. We're trying to check our mics and see what's going on.
We can do it without mics today.
You have it?
We'll just have to do it without headphones today. I know the levels are fine because I can see it moving.
My ears will be bare.
That's okay.
It's different when you can hear everybody talking.
It is different.
Just don't talk over it.
No headphones today. Now I feel like I'm gonna have to yell.
You'll be fine.
Okay.
They cover up my bald spot.
Yeah.
He exposing us already.
You're not supposed to laugh at that.
I'm sorry, that was funny.
Supposed to say, oh no,
You
got
have
plenty of hair.
It's great.
Yeah, you have a lot of hair.
Plenty of hair for what? A comb over? Again, you're supposed to
catch the breeze. Catch a good breeze in there.
I think it's fine. I like a little bowl. A bowl is fine. What you mean?
Are we still talking into the mic?
Yeah, we should still talk into the mics. Just because you can't hear yourself don't mean you don't talk into the mic.
So
I just didn't feel like this
We're
was
live.
on.
Oh. Talking about my bald head when we're live.
It's kind of hard. Yeah.
Okay.
It is hard without the headphones.
All
but it's
right.
okay.
It is different. And I feel like I got a headache from that fuzziness.
Like, are we on? Are we
live?
We're on. Go ahead.
All right, I'm out
Okay.
here. No, I'm just kidding.
It's on with you.
And I'm starting in 5, 4, 3, 2. This is Jameer Ezel in with Queen Lay and Officer Palmer. This is Tangent Bandits, and we are Tangent Bandits. It's been a rocky start today.
Yeah, it's weird without headphones.
It is weird without headphones.
What I can say for sure.
We'll be okay though.
I hope so. I
Don't
hope
worry
it doesn't
about it.
sound weird, but
It won't
okay.
sound weird.
This is different, but I'll try to get used to it. So last week, just before we even get into what happened, basically our recap, but last Thursday we had a segment where Jameer wanted us to, I don't even know, take on occupations.
Yes. So like today, I am a botanist, also known as a flower lady, also known as a flower girl.
I didn't come up with one for today, but last week, I was a booking manager, and the description of my job duties, it was overheard by someone by the name of Officer Palmer, and he peeked in, and we probably had like, I don't even know, a minute or a minute and a half of just going back and forth and talking. So now he is here with us this week as our featured guest.
Our
so
special guest.
Not featured?
I said featured.
Oh, you're featured.
Officer Palmer, hello.
How are you guys?
I guess you guys speaking to the mic.
Oh, yeah,
This
I
is awkward as ever, but okay.
It'll be okay.
I'm trying to get with it.
I don't
just
know what
can't-
to do.
That's
It's
weird.
just like normal conversation at that point.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
Right.
not funny anymore without the headphones.
No, it's definitely it takes the excitement away.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Awkward pause.
right.
Yeah.
How was your weekend?
Well, it was decent. We didn't celebrate Easter. We kind of just sat around and enjoyed each other's faces. I had an incident at a store, but I'll talk about that later.
Okay.
And it really made me upset. Me and my mom almost fell out about it. It was like so raggedy.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get into that.
How are you?
I'm good. Easter, because everybody knows, we went to church, of course, on Easter Sunday, and I made Easter baskets. I almost missed the deadline as a good mom to have the Easter basket ready, but at like 9 o'clock on Saturday, I went on down to Dollar General, and I got some candy and some in baskets, and I got stuff together for them, so they had it for the following morning. And I recorded my daughter like looking for the basket. So we hit it. So that was exciting. And then
Oh, guess what? I just didn't turn them up.
I'm so done. Headphones back in effect. Thank you. I feel like myself again. Anyway, so whew,
You sound like you're like right here.
yeah, this is so much better. I love it like this.
It's so intimate this way.
It is. I don't have to look directly at everybody the whole time. I can still
Yeah.
hear you. But anyways, all right. So,
Hey, guess what it is? Guess what it is?
right. Guess what? I
look.
turn them up. Shit's crazy. But no. And then afterwards, we had dinner, of course, at my mom's house. So my mother-in-law, my cousin, my sisters. We all had dinner at my mom's. So potato salad. She had a ham.
Okay, y'all
We
had
had
like
turkey.
a Thanksgiving set. that's an excuse to throw Easter
down
i-
in the kitchen.
I didn't know. No, it's not a cooking holiday for us.
Oh, it is for us. Every holiday is.
Is a cooking holiday?
Easter means potato salad, ham. For a lot of us don't eat pork anymore, so it's like we had a turkey ham. We had turkey ham there. Deviled
A turkey
egg.
ham?
Yeah, turkey ham. I know it sounds weird. Deviled eggs. Trying to think, macaroni and cheese.
Okay.
Come on, man.
No, we had none of those
And then
things.
cheesecake and sweet potato pie. That's just an excuse for us to
We had
cook all of
oxtails.
those things. I've never had oxtails before.
Are you serious?
Dead.
You never been to a Jamaican restaurant? We have to go
No,
now we have
never
to
been.
we have to go to a Jamaican restaurant now.
I hope I like it, but when it comes to food, I'm very, very American, like authentic Mexican food. I don't get
I hadn't
excited
realized
about
I
it.
had
So
tried
I don't
something
know
like
about
different.
Jamaican. I don't know.
I hadn't realized I had like tried something different. I thought everybody had tasted oxtails before.
Not me, Officer Palmer.
No.
No.
Wow.
I was still at like macaroni and cheese. Macaroni and cheese? What?
Culturally, that
it was-
would be what
yeah.
you like.
And we had some rolls. we had rolls. So that was my Easter Sunday. Oh, and then we did an Easter egg hunt that I recorded and put on live, and
It was good. I'm like,
Funny
look,
as all
it's
get
like,
out.
well, since we're not doing it, it's good to watch other
You can
people do
watch-
it.
that's the joy of social media. If I
Yeah.
ain't doing it, we can still watch other people do it. What did you do for Easter?
So woke up early. Went to church.
Praise God.
I was the worship leader all of April.
Okay.
So, you can't go. I just running late. I just get no. I can't. So church doesn't go on without me. Oh,
Okay.
That sounds. That's not true. But then after church, went to my brother's, and my brother, he smokes everything. He smokes smoke. And he made corned beef, beef brisket, and...
Oh, they threw down too.
It's funny because that's not what I thought when you said smokes
correct.
everything.
Threw down. But since he lives a little bit of distance away, we're doing some work out in his garage. I just stayed there that night. So I was fat and happy.
I guess that was my Easter too.
I ate leftovers the next day. I came home. My belt doesn't even fit still.
I feel you. I had leftovers at work the next day.
My stomach
too.
is finally going down. Oh my God. I've been ginger ale and pepperminting it like every day since then.
Oh, that helps it go down?
Yeah. Stops the bloating.
Did not know.
Grandma's remedies.
Mental note. I'll keep that in
I should drink
mind.
more ginger ale.
With my week, it's been pretty good. At work today, my class for April, they graduated.
Congratulations to
really
you
happy
guys.
about that. They wanted us to record me giving them their certificates.
Oh,
and
they
stuff.
so funny.
Yeah. Sometimes people really like have a good time in
Once
the
you have a
program.
ceremony.
Yeah. Oh, whoa. Oh.
Oh. Oh. Is that yours or mine? Move your mic. Jesus. Okay.
Stop.
There you go. Well,
Okay, sorry about that.
yeah, things happen.
All right. Sometimes people get thrown in my program, like, not by choice. So they're not always happy to see me or have to do it.
Ordered to be there.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say all of that, but then it's not always by choice. So sometimes they're not happy to see me. And then sometimes people are just feel like they're forced to go there because their family is, like, on their backs about doing something. So, now I'm getting nervous. But this month I had a really good class and everybody was excited. So we did a little graduation ceremony, which I always try to do every month if everybody's really been engaged in it. So they all completed.
100% graduation rate?
I'm not going to say that.
Okay.
Yeah, we have some fall off,
Okay.
90%?
90%?
I don't even know what the percent, I really would have to double check.
Okay.
But I do know out of 6, 3 of them have jobs already.
Okay.
So that's pretty good. I feel like it's a pat on my back. I'm excited.
Don't get caught up in the rates.
Yeah, you really don't.
Because rates,
I have my degree in business economics. We always check the rates.
Worry about them
I
numbers.
understand, but rates, they don't tell truths. Or
They could lie. You can lie with numbers.
They can lie. And also, one thing that you cannot measure when you work in human services is just the impact that you make on their lives. Like, I'll have people that never had a job, never been motivated to get a job, always hustling, doing other things, that end up completing the program with multiple job offers. Like, I got a couple guys that have 2 jobs and they're enrolled in GED classes.
Okay.
I'll be happy for that
You're
one person
super
doing
proud of
that,
that.
as opposed to 6 people just completing the program and not doing anything
Nothing.
with it.
Yeah.
So I see what you're saying with that, especially in human services. It's stuff that you do to impact people and, like, change the direction
See,
of their
that's
life
why you're in the
that
field you
can't
are and
measure.
I'm in the field I am.
Oh, true.
Even though we're both business.
True. Right? That's just my natural
We're
side.
both Capricorns as well. We have a lot in common.
Yeah, I don't believe in astrology, though.
Yeah, you don't. She's religious. That's why.
I just be like,
Yeah. God said don't be fooling around with all that.
What's for me is for me.
You believe in
can't-
Myers-Briggs, though.
I can't.
You don't really believe in that either?
I wouldn't say I don't believe in it. I mean, for one, that's why it's not
It's a
necessarily
science.
a solid finding for employers to use during the application process.
He needs to be explained what Myers-Briggs is. It's a
I've been out of the I need a job world for
Yeah.
20 years.
Well, it's more of like a personality test. It measures your tendencies. So like,
whether
what's
you're
yours?
introverted, INTJ,
Okay, I don't even know mine's by heart.
introverted, intuition, judging.
I think mine's is extroverted intuition. I don't know. I can't even remember. But I know
Feeling?
for sure it's extrovert.
Okay.
And that speaks to me.
Why we play off each other so well that I'm the introvert and you're extrovert.
And I think I probably believe Myers-Briggs more than I would believe astrology, because the Myers-Briggs is based on questions that they ask me about myself.
Yes, it's personal.
It's about me, myself, whereas the astrology is like they're telling
Every
you
Capricorn.
every Gemini is this, every so-and-so is that, every blah. And I'll just be like, well, I don't know if that's true.
Because I know a Capricorn right now that I can't stand. You know what I'm saying? And I am one, so.
Can't even stand myself.
Can't stand yourself. So, I mean, I don't know how valid that is. So we have a couple topics. And, heck, are we going to be out of order today when it comes to sine and cosine?
We can if you want to.
I guess. Yeah. Today is going to be special because we have Officer Palmer here. We are not going to do sine and cosine. Instead, we're just going to go over a few topics and kind of digest those together.
Yeah.
So first, I see people that express probably a bit too much, and sometimes it's a little uncalled for, but they express issue with dealing with Black-owned businesses.
Yes.
And my take, and I don't know, maybe this is my human services side again, is to not like bash what they do wrong, but instead I think it's your responsibility to try to help them in some sort of way, like give them advice or try to make it easier for them, the process of acquiring whatever product or service that they have. One thing that I seen on Facebook that really stood out to me, it said, stop asking a million questions if you're not really trying to make a purchase.
Yes. Don't ask me no questions, honestly. If I've done my job correctly, the display should tell you everything you need to know.
Or sometimes I have seen situations where people will, like, even for me, with just like trying to get a resume. How much does it cost? When can you have it done? How many people have you helped? Blah, blah, blah. You ask me 50 million questions. And
you're not going to
like,
purchase.
okay, I'll let you know if I'm interested.
Right.
Now, the way I handle it,
you should have been interested when you had those questions.
Yeah. I just say, okay, thanks. Get back to me, whenever. Because I don't hunt down leads. I deal with people that want to deal with me.
Yes.
But for some business owners or people that have small businesses, or maybe they're selling a product that they're making in their home, it's a little frustrating if you got people sending in inquiries asking you, how do you make this, and what is this, and what is that based on? And
it seemed like you trying to steal my idea more than anything.
Oh, okay. What do you think, Officer Papa?
About small business, especially Black business?
Yeah.
Obviously location. I live in an area that's predominantly Black, and first off, they know their people that they're serving.
Right.
Me, I'll just say it, I'm more redneck than anything else.
Okay.
I live in Euclid. There's no Tractor Supplies in Euclid.
Okay.
Why?
Because you don't need them.
Because you don't need nobody's got tractors in Euclid. So, first off, knowing your clientele, people that you're serving in your community. I always think that, especially small businesses, it's very important for that business to even represent the community.
Okay.
Community doesn't believe in your idea or even
like a Nipsey Hussle.
What's that?
Like a Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah. I remember that movie. Wasn't that a movie?
I don't think it was. That's the artist.
That's.
But you know what? I think he was in a movie, but I don't know if it was called Nipsey Hussle. Somebody just told me about this the other day. I don't even know what it's called. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
So, obviously knowing your clientele.
That's why it's called Tangent Bandits, because sometimes we just but we always bring it back.
Got it. I'm the same exact way. I can't ADD when talking about some things. So best thing is knowing your clientele. Small businesses represent the community. Everything about the community. If that small business does something that is outlandish or the community doesn't support, what's going to happen to it?
It should be shut down.
It's going to take a blow. It might take a blow.
But when they make a statement that does support what the community feels, what happens to
they
it?
Should
boosts
be
its popularity.
Flourishes.
Okay.
So, knowing your clientele, there's been local businesses even, everywhere throughout the United States that have made some type of statement, and they've either tanked or they've flourished. So
okay. So
like Nike with the Colin Kaepernick situation.
Yeah. They had some
They knew who their audience
was. They know
was.
who they're catering to.
Yeah.
So I can get why they thought that was a good idea for them. I think another thing that Black-owned businesses should consider is how you communicate. And I'm not only talking about just like talking, but like email. Like if you're going to work with somebody on something, or maybe somebody purchases something, they send you an email about the product, respond like within 24 to 48 hours. If somebody sends you an email about something that you're involved in and you receive it and you've read it, respond and say, got it, understood. Like it doesn't have to be anything extraordinary, but you need to keep the communication open.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that until like, no, I mean, yeah, this was like my freshman year of college, but one of my professors, she emailed everybody in the class some information. Nobody emailed her back. Even me. I didn't even email her back. And she went into like a 30-minute tirade. She went into a little rant about why we need to respond to emails. But when she said it, I got it. I was like, okay, that does make sense.
You never lost it since
So-
then.
Oh, I haven't lost. My email game is
What
on
was
point.
the
So a
tirade?
reply saying, okay, got it, is good enough?
Not saying, okay, got it, but thank you, I've reviewed this,
Okay.
blah, blah, blah. You need to, or for some people, it is just, thank you, I have it, I'll put this in my files. But just respond with something. People, you will send emails to people and they will not say anything back. And you might not think anything of it. You might think, okay, I got it. So
Oh,
what
I
do
feel
have
like
to
you
say?
left me on red.
Yeah, but that's the thing though, is the point of an email, it should have something to follow it.
Open
It
dialogue.
should be, it should be leaving it open to schedule a meeting or the next step or something like that. Or if you
Yeah.
have questions, or it could just be to just say that clear, crystal, I got it, understood.
Yeah.
I understand. So something as simple as responding to an email will take you far. Any other pieces of advice for business owners?
Remember that you have two voices. You have home voice and you have business voice. Sometimes I even talk to Layla in business voice.
Yeah.
And she talks back to me in business voice. And then we be like, okay, now we're regular again.
Okay, so I don't have business voice. I have like business language.
Okay.
So like that's one of the things that I tell my clients is you want, especially in an interview or just engaging with people, depending on who it is, if you speak that person's language, like you use certain words, certain vocabulary and stuff like that, they're going to see you as more relatable. They're going to be more willing to be open to you, be a little bit more receptive to what you're saying. So not necessarily changing your voice, but just the language that you use.
I can't help myself. My
outside-
whole voice changes.
Your whole voice. See, I don't do that because when
It's
I first,
fake.
Yeah, see, I can't do it. That's suppression. Like, that is suppression, and I think also it stumps your ability to, like, if you can't like
Naturally.
be yourself and express yourself, then you are also like suppressing the value that you bring
You're
to the
suppressing
table.
a character.
No matter what your business is, no matter what what product you're selling,
Right.
you can sell anything if you sell yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think being yourself
Authentic.
She's
is one of the best things that you can do.
So I had one person that said, what if and I'm sorry, this is going back to the emails, but she said, what if the email looks like spam? Do I respond then? I had a situation that I got into and I had to unsubscribe. I can tell y'all about it.
Go ahead. You do that.
So, and somebody else talked about it in one of my business groups that I follow. But basically, like they went somewhere and they exchanged cards with somebody, and the person put them on an email list to where they were constantly getting messages from this person. And it was stuff that wasn't even pertinent to them. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't important to me, doesn't appeal to me, it's not of use to me. So you have the liberty to
Unsubscribe from mailing
especially
orders.
if it's something where it looks like it's automated, and they're just sending it to everybody on their emailing list. Please unsubscribe. I will make sure that I read it from beginning until end. Look to see if the message,
Resonates with you.
see if it resonates with you, but also look at the words that they use to determine whether or not this is a mass message or something unique for me, something that I should follow up on. And then also, what are they inviting you to do? Schedule a consultation, meet with me, talk further, or are they just giving you information about the business?
Right.
Just I will read through it, and that's kind of for you to kind of determine. But if it is spam, unsubscribe, because you don't want nobody just flooding your email. That's what somebody was doing to me, and I had to kindly unsubscribe because it was badgering something to me that I had already paid for and done.
Right.
I'm not going back to my old clients and saying, hey, let me do a resume again. Let me do your resume again. If anything, I might email about, and I still don't even email people. I just send my reviews
Yeah.
probably a week after they've gotten the resume just to see if they've had some progress.
Okay.
But you don't want to harass people.
Which is
basically.
another important factor for small businesses and black businesses to consider is always having an open dialogue with your audience. So having those surveys and making sure that you're addressing issues when people come in the store, why they would come back.
But even when you have those surveys, worst thing that I ever hate seeing is a survey that goes nowhere. Nowhere. It's like, hey, what kind of products would you like to see? Oh, I want to see the. You get, it's like.
That's it.
Oh, we can't do that because it's just it creates too much overhead.
Right.
Or. Come on,
Right.
So
it's a survey is made to
Have action
It's a
behind
tool.
yeah.
You are supposed to be able to take that data and either improve your model or create something else that's going to satisfy whatever need you recognize that the clients have. They should be used, and they shouldn't just be sitting in a pile or sitting in a file somewhere. I use it as advertisement. Like the feedback that I get, the extended responses, the ratings that I get, I use that to advertise my services to new clients. And then also to... determine like how I want to move forward with the other clients that I have coming on. Another thing that you could do to improve the services, and it just came in my head and it left. I don't know where it is.
Okay.
I don't know what happened to it.
I'm sorry, she had a tangent moment.
Attention.
It was like it was there, and then I was like, oh, it's back. Okay, so you want to make sure that you are engulfed in the industry or in whatever it is, the service, the product.
It should be a passion.
You need to read about it. You need to be reading newsletters, articles, updates. For me, like employment, I read about employment rates. I read about different industries, so I'm familiar with jobs and requirements and what's the best way of navigating your career through certain things. I read about the best practices in resume writing and stuff like that. So just stay engulfed in whatever the service or the product is that you serve. So that way, whatever I'm selling, I need to be an expert in it.
Right.
They ask me questions about it. Then that way you can put out marketing material that doesn't necessarily say, hey, work with me or hey, buy from me. It's just information. So I can pass information on, and then it'll get shared, and then somebody will reach out off the strength that I've shown that I know about a certain area.
Be a seller that moves as a buyer.
Okay. Ooh, explain that.
So if you're a seller, you want to position yourself to have the quality of information as if you were buying.
Okay. And I think that kind of goes back to what he was saying about, like, knowing your audience. Knowing who your target audience is. What are they thinking about? What might be a barrier for them to even get in your service? Break that wall down. I'm sorry, people keep like chiming in. Hey, I'm just trying to see if we have comments. Anything else? Any other words of advice for
I think we've closed that topic.
businesses? Okay. The door is
Closed.
closed. Okay. Moving on. Ooh, I don't even know how I want to maneuver through this.
I mean, just read what you have on the paper.
Let's. Yeah. I know which.
There's no emotion.
We didn't put this. Just the family of. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna kind of move on. There is no segue for this. I don't know. So we're gonna talk about the importance of vetting your spouse, your girlfriend, or your boyfriend's family before you decide to take that leap, or just in general of just whether or not you're going to continue to date an individual.
Okay.
Any advice,
Oh,
Officer
yeah,
Palmer?
you're asking
Because
me
you
right
said
off
you
the
were
bat.
well versed in this.
No, I was well. Great. Where are the comments going now?
Okay, I mean,
So, obviously, that goes back to early human civilization.
oh, we're going back.
Oh, correct. Well, I'll go back to even the tribal days.
Okay.
How often did you ever date outside?
Oh, okay.
So, but even when you did, there would be major scrutiny.
Okay.
And of course we're thousands and thousands and thousands of years removed past that.
Yes.
But how many times have we ever dated somebody that their family members just, you guys do what?
Oh yeah.
You put marshmallows in your sweet potatoes? Do what? You're laughing like you know what
I know exactly what you're talking about.
That was a very first experience that I ever. But then I tried the marshmallows, and I was like,
Not that bad.
It's actually good.
We've been doing this wrong all my life. So it's not even just about, you know, try the marshmallows. You never know what you're gonna. But you might not like the marshmallows, but that doesn't mean it's right or wrong or different. You know.
Okay, I see your perspective. Oh, sorry.
He never had marshmallows in his.
No, nobody said anything about marshmallows.
I've never had marshmallows in my yums.
I have.
Correct. So
I have.
And is that you said it? That's
That's why I laughed.
I actually remembered. I was dating this girl and went to her, you know, and there's sweet potatoes and they have marshmallows, like unmelted marshmallows, and I'm like,
what is this?
Is this dessert or is this? So I ate it and I was like, my gosh, my family's been doing it wrong for how many years?
It's good.
So, but that's one thing.
What can we say?
That's one thing that makes us so great and diverse.
Yes.
You know, is to be able to accept that and go, huh.
Oh, okay.
Now, if you ask me Thanksgiving, what are we going to serve? Well, I'm not cooking, but here's what I want. I want regular mashed potatoes, preferably Redskins, and I want right next to it sweet potatoes with melted, you know.
Yeah.
So my carbs are going to be those two things.
That's
So
definitely carbs.
So I actually took an instance from her family. So that's some things that we can take from recipes, family recipes.
Okay, recipes.
But that's actually coming out of culture.
It does come down to culture. I would say, I mean, my situation is like really, really good because my in-laws are supportive, they're involved, they're usually available, they're givers. And I think that if my husband had a family that wasn't like close-knit or didn't have the same like core values as me, we would probably have issues.
Yeah.
And that, this? Why is it me?
Because you're the one that was talking.
Been around the world and I
Okay, there you go. There we go. We're back. We need to work on that.
That's crazy. I don't even know what to say. I don't know.
I mean, everybody had a TV. They had the pat on the back. So
how would you feel though if you got into a relationship with somebody and you're like, oh, I can see myself marrying this person, and you meet the family,
and it's just dry.
And
don't they make movies about that?
Yes.
Oh.
Guess who? Bernie Mac. I can't think of another
Guess who's coming to dinner?
No, I thought it was just Guess Who.
There's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, I think it's a Guess Who. But how would you feel about that? Would that be a deal breaker?
Ask me again. Rephrase the question.
You are in a relationship with someone. This is somebody you think that you could possibly marry.
Okay.
And then you meet the family, and they're just not your cup of tea at all.
It's not a deal breaker for me. I'm like, we're not going to go over there that often.
Okay.
Oh, that actually puts a little bit more strain.
I mean, we're going to love them because I'm required to, because I love you.
Oh,
but
another strike.
We're not going over there too often.
Oh.
Okay. What about you?
Christmas, Easter. No.
Christmas, Easter.
Part of that is just in-laws are one of those people that you'll probably never ever get along with. And when your father-in-law
oh wow
invites you out to go hunting on like Thanksgiving, that's like
no. So what are we hunting tonight?
So
am I to pray?
But the greatest things you don't see is, for example, I'm divorced. I'm not gonna make a multi, but I'll tell you this right now: my ex-wife and her entire family, amazing people. I do anything for them. You know, I ask every time I see her brother, or somebody else in the family, how's grandpa? How's grandma? I do anything, and she for my family as well.
Okay.
At a certain point, even though you disagree, even something as much as divorce divides you, you find yourself going, man, those people really were my
Good
family.
people.
Even though,
They were your God family.
yeah, and they, very different points of views.
Right.
I came from a smaller family. They were Catholic. I'm Protestant. It's
Oh,
like,
okay.
oh my gosh. It's
Y'all
like,
set tripping every time y'all meet.
Oh my gosh. It's like, you're praying to Mary? Why are you?
What?
So I mean, it was like,
I didn't know people did that.
and they pray to saints too. So, but
Okay.
anyways, so, but I very much, like I said, love, respect. There is a reason why I married that woman, but and their family became my family, even with our differences. But when you first meet them, you're like, I'm not going over there.
You know
ever
what?
again.
I'm actually opposite. I'm actually excited about being with somebody whose traditions are different than mine because I get to celebrate new traditions. Like, I would love to celebrate Passover or something because I've never experienced that before.
Would you do a relationship where you had to like convert like to a Muslim religion? Well,
I would convert.
you would convert.
It depends on how much I love you.
So if I love you this much, I do.
No,
But if I love you
no,
this much,
no,
how do you determine how
Like, yeah.
much you love them? Can you fit in a jar?
Are you going to take their last name or are you not going to take their last name?
I'll take the last name.
Because you love them that much. Or you just didn't value, because you do value
I
value
feel
your
like
last name.
marriage is a combination of, yes, we love each other, but also we got to be equally yoked, and that is meaning like we agree upon like raising the children, the values, what's most important in the household, order and stuff like that. So for me, it's not just only like marriage, just all only because of love. Like I love him, but I love other things of him. Like I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
And then also because I mean the marriage is not so much just two people. Oh, we're in love and we're just gonna be together. But it's like we got to be able to build together. Like you see what I'm saying? Like
I understand.
it's not just only love.
For me, it is, which is probably why I'm single. So,
Okay.
What's my excuse then?
Well, yeah. What's your excuse, Officer Palmer?
Oh, I've just been single for too long. That's my
Kicking it.
Yeah.
Kicking it. Yeah, I'm just saying. I
So,
don't know.
but no, and like you said,
You
you're
depressed
actually
yourself.
excited. I hope, I'm glad if that sparked your enthusiasm. You're like, I'd love to meet somebody of
Different.
I don't want to say so far different that you're like,
whoa.
whoa,
Cold. This
take
is
baby steps. But but when you've had trials in your life,
Mm-hmm.
and when that family has been right there,
Mhm.
just that you be like, holy crap, you're like,
You with me?
yeah, it's
you
like
on my
it's
side.
like every bad movie,
Yeah.
So, but it's kind of a reality, which it's cool that you even said that.
We are still on the topic of relationships. So Erica Mena, and I had to explain this to Officer Palmer because he didn't know who she was.
I don't know much about.
So check yourself, boo. Everybody don't know you. But anyways, Erica Mena, she is a reality TV star. She tried to sing. Y'all need to look up her singing on YouTube because it's kind of funny. We played this game. But that's just a little tidbit of it. Y'all got to go look it up, Google it, and you'll see. So I guess she's like a social media too.
She's a social climber.
Okay, so she's a social climber. She's been on Love and Hip Hop New York. She's dated, guys on the TV show, and she is engaged to Safari.
Yes.
Safari is a rapper, producer.
He's a
hype
social
man,
climber as well.
Social climber, former boyfriend of rapper Nicki Minaj. So now you get the.
Who's this Nicki Minaj you speak of?
You know Nicki
I'm
Minaj.
just kidding.
I was gonna say you
I'm just-
referenced her
yeah.
hair earlier today.
Yeah.
All right, so he's her ex, and now he's dating another
By the way,
media girl.
Cardi
So-
B has better hair.
Oh,
What?
look, my phone fell over.
It was.
It was the ghost in the room like, how dare you?
How dare you?
blasphemy!
No, I always say that because the first time I ever saw Cardi B, she actually had all of her hair pulled over. I thought she was like Cardi B. She's a personality that was They literally, she was like cousinette, or not cousinette. What was that? Adam's Family. That one character that was nothing but hair.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay. He said
Anyways,
cousin
I
it.
don't stand
Cousin it.
Cousin it. Shots fired. Pow, pow.
Yeah.
Cousin it? Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay. Okay. All right. So let me get on
That's
topic.
interesting.
So, right.
And that you find that attractive?
No, that's the one thing that I actually
It just
remember.
stands
about.
out.
Oh, okay.
You know, I didn't know even she was a singer, rapper. I didn't know anything about her. They're like, oh, Cardi B. And she's in the stands. She got all of her hair. Must have been bad makeup day. Or
Oh,
something
wow.
I've never
Okay.
seen
Okay.
that.
So, all right. What is that?
Here's his phone ringing.
Oh.
Like that. Is that my phone?
How did you not hear your phone?
That's not my phone.
Oh, that's my phone ringing.
Oh.
Booty call. No.
No,
Okay.
this is usually when it's time for me to take my medication.
Oh, okay. Too real. Dang. I hate when you talking to somebody, they just drop a bomb on you. Like,
A lot of people
hey.
don't know that I have mental health issues.
Right. It's like, hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm all right. I just lost my mother last night. I was like,
I'm sorry. Why did that make me laugh? What is wrong with me?
because you can laugh at the pain. But
Oh.
anyways, it just be like, oh, okay, there you just dropped that on me. I ain't asked for all of that. But anyways, all right. So Erica Mena did an interview.
Tangents.
All right, y'all got me way off.
Yeah.
Erica Mena did an interview. I'm gonna get through it though. I'm powering through. Erica Mena did an interview, and they asked her
Who's
if
Erica Mena?
she,
I'm just.
they asked her if she was a fan of Nicki's or does she like Nicki Minaj's music, and her response was very bland, and it was just basically like not. She said like she's not her cup of tea.
I think she had to say that because the negative attention is what she's used to using as her mode to climb socially.
Okay, and then let me add one more piece in there. They showed that she tweeted Nicki Minaj during the beef between Nicki and Little Kim. And she tweeted Nicki Minaj and was like, basically like, yeah, girl, get her. We gonna make Little Kim cry tonight. Pound loyalty to Nicki Minaj.
So how loyal?
And so today,
She is the Little Kim of her. She's being a Nicki Minaj to her Little Kim.
Actually, Little Kim is a little bit more even my.
it's your era.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, because you got a Tupac t-shirt.
Yeah.
I got you. I'm with you. So, have you ever like felt some type of way about somebody else solely because they dated your ex or they dated the person that you were dating at the time?
No, but I definitely know that people have felt some type of way about me.
Hey, Chico.
I play Dungeons and Dragons. Non-traditional black man.
What is this Dungeons and Dragons? I'm just kidding.
No, I was about to say.
I know you know what it is.
You know. All right, go ahead. So you play Dungeons and Dragons.
What, a
I
group,
can't even picture that, but go ahead.
there's a video.
Is it on the board? Oh, okay, never mind. Go ahead.
So I have a crush on one of the guys I do it with.
Okay.
And the two other guys we do it with, we're all gay, I guess.
I guess. Actually, that adds a whole nother comment.
I
right?
guess. I guess.
Conversation,
But go
I
ahead.
don't know what-
Continue. Okay, I guess.
I guess.
She is a young lady. How you
Make
doing?
up your
How
mind.
are you unsure? Like, all right, go ahead.
They need to make up their mind, not me.
Okay. I'm in mine.
I'm driving this car, okay?
For sure. Okay, continue.
You are
I'm not trying to keep it going.
tangents is all I'm saying. So
Show my face.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons with-
I guess.
It's four of you,
okay.
I guess.
There's four of us, yes. And I'm the only black one.
Okay.
And I have a crush on the main guy. And I think maybe he was feeling me as well. And the other two kind of tag teamed against me because they're like, if anybody's going to have him, it's not going to be you.
Oh. Was this like direct? Or is it like the vibe that you
It's
get?
a vibe. It's like a shady vibe. Like if I ask you to pass me something and you move it real slow. Like, bitch, I ain't want to give that to you, but here you go.
Okay. So you've been the recipient of it.
Yeah. And I've given out my fair share too. Like, okay, look, bitch, I ain't going to take all this all day.
Are you
Now,
allowed to say that?
yeah.
My gosh, I should have
The
been
things
saying
are
that a
down.
long time ago.
Oh, you-
I'm just kidding. I'm on.
Okay.
Words that are appropriate.
we got the list.
Don't look at the list. Don't pay no attention to the list.
Okay.
It's there.
I'll stop cursing.
That's decoration.
Let's bring it back.
Bring it back to the professional
decoration.
self. I found myself in my me too often.
Okay. So I personally haven't like disliked anybody because they dated the person that I'm dating now. But I have been in
They like the person that I'm dating now?
or just what?
Have you ever been in a situation where somebody liked the person that you're
Like the person that I was
like
dating.
you feel like somebody had a crush on your husband? Have you ever been there and been like, girl, you better go on? Now you
I
have
wouldn't
to
say a
think.
direct crush. I probably would see things as like inappropriate.
Okay.
I would say that.
Oh, she's been there.
say
She's,
that.
I didn't know there's different
You
levels
know-
of crush.
oh, there's definitely-
Direct crush, indirect
So,
crush.
so okay, it's one thing to be like, because you got crushing, you have like all out flirting, you have private messages, like it's like levels.
to
You know what
this,
I'm
yeah.
saying? Or just don't looking too long. Like I mean, look now I'm starting to sound crazy.
yeah.
Now you're speaking.
You're
looking too long.
Like, you just-
At what point is it inappropriate? It's like-
You know what I'm saying? They're being a bit too engaged in the conversation. That could potentially be something that I would look into. I'm just checking in on it. But I haven't been in a situation where I just automatically dislike somebody. But I have been in situations where I felt like somebody automatically just like didn't even want to get to know me, or like the vibe was
'Cause
off
she like
because
your
I was
man.
around. But the way that I deal with stuff like that, like if I know somebody does not like me,
You be extra friendly.
so nice. So nice.
I'm about to crack you over the head
You're
with
really
this.
Nice to me.
That's No, I mean, I'm like real nice. And then don't let me know everybody else that's in attendance.
You haven't hit me yet.
Because, no.
Gotta be real
It's
nice.
okay. Gotta be real nice. But no, like, I mean, I'm just gonna be real nice. And then I'm also be myself and then make you feel bad for like trying to prejudge me when then you see, girl, I'm just fun.
Right.
Why are you mad?
Oh.
Why do you want to not like me automatically because of something that I don't have anything to do with?
Is that the voice you use?
Yeah.
Don't use that voice.
I use-
saw it through that voice.
You see through it?
I saw that through that
That's me
voice.
explaining it,
was
now.
very
It's a different
mean.
voice.
It was have some
Hey,
undertones of
how
I'll
you
cut you
doing?
if you need if I
So
needed to.
Would you share like a bad experience, like, for example, most people who have a level of jealousy, or they don't like their ex, and you're like, yeah, I'm extra friendly.
I don't like no friendly man.
So,
Ooh.
Wait, y'all just
So-
said two different things.
So, but what if they shared like a, oh, did you ever notice that he does this in the morning? And you're like, oh my god. You share,
Uh-oh.
you share,
I'm trying to get your question. You share.
like things that annoy you about somebody that you're dating.
Oh, somebody, if I say something
Yeah,
about it,
and
and then
then
somebody
they-
else is like, yeah.
Yeah, and then all of
Okay.
a sudden you're like,
How you know about that? I haven't been in a situation like that, and then also too, I do not talk about my husband to other people.
no.
So
Okay, that's the rule. That's fair.
I talk to him about it himself. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know.
I agree.
You? Yeah. No.
I mean,
Would
if I
you-
had a husband,
That would like pull me back though if I did say something about him that I know like only somebody like really intimate and close to
Would
him
know.
would know, and they was like, yeah, and I'd be like, okay. But I'm not about to talk to you. I'm gonna go talk to him about this. Like, how
do you
does
know?
yeah, how does so and so know about this? Like, what you want to tell me? I want to know. Like, can I know too? Like,
That comes down to talking to your
yeah.
partner's ex. So you don't talk to your husband's ex? We all have exes.
I know somebody that he went to prom with, but other than
Yeah, he's cool.
that, like ex, no. I feel like we like dated people that each other didn't know, and I did that on purpose
yeah,
because no.
I don't want that interaction.
Yeah, the times where, especially like in college, I don't know how many times we broke up in college, but I was not trying to go for anybody that he would know. I could report back.
Back.
Or, or just put him in an odd
And
we
that-
were broken up.
That's
but
how much. That's
I just
wait.
wanted to move
give me.
on.
I gotta address
Go
that.
ahead.
That's how much she loved you. She didn't want nobody coming back telling them that she was being ran through.
ran through.
That's how much she loved you.
That's not it. Hold on. Big facts. I feel you killing me now. Okay. You said ran through?
Yes.
That implies a train.
It does imply
Yes.
it.
That's extensive.
I'm sorry.
Oh. But
Never.
basically, I only
You
dealt
did-
with people, literally people that I like knew before him, like somebody I knew before him. But I'm not like a friend of his or anything. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't. Nah. Just like how we said with the cousin stuff and the bloods. No, that's too close. It's too close.
Yeah.
6, 7.
No.
Oh, now you're up there.
Just so
Inside joke.
So everybody knows, yeah, because I want
I
everybody
got
to be
it.
in on it now. We were talking about Game of Thrones, and then he said somebody that they want to be king is sleeping with his auntie, and then he was like, oh, no, it's not his auntie, it's his sister. And he was like, oh, it's his half-sister. Then they started, what was the next question?
How
do,
many?
do you break off the relationship or something? What was it?
Oh,
Yeah,
do
you
they
know.
not date each other now?
Definitely
And
not date each other.
And then I said, I know 2 cousins who did it, and then they had a child before they figured out they was cousins. So it was just like,
Oh, they had a child. and everything.
now we just gotta stay together.
Well,
We
gotta-
have to
gotta
be
stick with it,
co-parents. I don't know about that.
It's too much, huh?
Wait.
That's why you have to go to your family reunions, people.
Speaking of reunions.
Segue. Boom. Oh, it just happened.
Woo! All right. So
Oh,
I didn't want.
my bad.
our fault.
Over here. Nobody puts Bailey in the corner. Whatever.
Thanks for calling us out. 'Cause
Wait a minute now. What just happened?
what's that?
You got me
Is
here.
that
You're not
me?
It
using
might
me.
be me because
You're oh, yep. It's you.
It's me.
It's been you the whole time,
whole
Officer
time.
Palmer. Crazy. I'm over here adjusting and okay. So Jameer and I, we went to the same high school.
Yes, we did.
So we graduated in 2009.
Yes, we did.
Our 10-year anniversary is coming up for the graduates from John Hay Early College. Woo,
Boom, boom,
woo.
boom. Oh, nah.
Hornets. What sound does a hornet make?
Oh, we're bees.
Oh, damn.
No wonder I love Beyonce so much.
Oh, it makes a lot of sense. Okay. So speaking of reunions, our 10-year reunion is coming up, and it is scheduled for June 2019. And it kind of sparked the conversation of reasons of why people would actually attend a high school reunion.
I'm going to see who liked me and didn't say nothing.
Ooh.
I need you to say something
so you think that
now.
wall's gonna, all of a sudden they're just gonna be like, yeah,
Like, I'm cute now, I know.
Right.
Oh, wow.
So you think the differences of women going is different from men?
Men, I think it depends on the personality of the person. Is it me?
It's
This
not
is
me.
not a good fun game. I don't like this headphone game.
Okay.
Okay. All right. This is
Who
me.
was you?
Yeah, I know.
Don't.
All right. I think like people's reasons for attending, it just depends on the person, and I think it would also depend on like how they believe that their lives have
Has
turned out
gone,
over the
yeah.
last 10
If you're not
years.
successful in life, you probably don't want to go.
So I think somebody that might think that they did the dang thing and they got this, I got accolades, I traveled the world, I don't know, I feed the homeless, whatever the case. People that feel like they have something that they're proud of, that they want to showcase and maybe boast about or brag about, they're probably going to be really amped to go. Like, yeah, I can't wait to go and stick it to them. It might be because in high school they felt like they were invisible or not seen, and now they're like, I'm popping now. I done filled out now.
So does social change
Get at me.
actually encourage somebody to go then?
I believe so.
When they've climbed the
Yes.
Social
I mean,
ladder.
quotation marks, social
Yes.
ladder.
Look at MGK. He was happy to go to his reunion. Excited to go.
I'm sure he was.
And then had people
I'm about
go with
to
him that
shit
didn't
on
even
everybody
graduate from
here.
Shaker. My brother was there.
I'm about to go shit on
He
everybody.
said, bitch, I'm arriving in an airplane. Helicopter. Oh, and I'm wearing a fur. And it's 90 degrees outside. But anyways, so I think like social economical
growth, that would
Oh,
encourage
okay.
somebody to go.
Yes.
Like, I'm ready to flex on everybody. There are some people that genuinely just want to see their friends.
I do. It's like so many people who I love dearly at that time who I haven't seen, and I'm like, I still love you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I still love you, Sharnice.
Oh, she had the braces.
Yeah.
All right.
People remember you,
Everybody had
Sharnice.
braces in high school.
Only a few.
Yeah.
You.
I have.
Oh,
The one with the
I don't know.
braces.
Who
All right,
else
now
had
you've
braces?
just narrowed it down.
she had a
to-
round
It
face
was
and
only
braces.
it was only two of us who had braces. It was me and her, huh?
Yeah, y'all was hanging together.
We sure was.
Brace, face, click. But okay, yeah. So it's some people that I genuinely want to see. I'll be excited to see.
Name
and
one.
talk to.
Shout out.
Well, I seen Aisha, but it's gonna be fun to see her. I'm
Okay, I
excited.
hadn't even thought about that. It will be fun to
Um,
see her.
Another person that I do have fun with when I get around, Denisha, because we be kikiing and just laughing and stuff. We done already been spending time together, but it's gonna be fun. to have
we're
you
gonna
there.
we're gonna act out.
Ha-ha-ha,
I
you
know
what
it's
I'm
gonna
saying?
be a whole
like the
thing.
old days. I'm trying to think. I would be happy to see Sandra, see what she's. But then again, that's somebody that I think I've talked to within the last 2 years.
Okay, 2 years feels close.
So,
2 years is a long time.
Not. Well, I mean, maybe Sandra in the last year. I don't know. Aisha had this little get together thingy majingy, and she like pampered everybody for free. It was nice. It was really really nice.
Aww.
But it was like Cheyenne, Ashley was there. I don't think Jaleisha was there, but I've talked to Jaleisha about like employment and stuff. So I guess maybe I've talked to like quite a few people, like Antoinette.
Yeah,
I
you
talked
done
her
talked to a
recently,
whole
talked
bunch
to
of
Ashley
people.
recently, because I'm
On the
promoting,
committee,
and
yeah.
I'm busy and I'm trying to push my agenda.
Oh.
So
I've been talking to him because
I've been in booking. I've been in contact. No, but I've been in contact with a lot of people. Now that I think about it, dang, I think I'm
You're
really
just
happy.
expanding your network.
I do actively do that in
See,
person and on social media.
And those are the things my mother taught me not to do because people are out to get you.
Do you think she put you at a disadvantage?
I do. I honestly think because now I love too hard once I actually get somebody.
Because now you've just activated the, I'll trust this person.
Right.
They're good. It kind of skewed your judgment. It's just ironic that she told you that people are out to get you, they're going to blah, blah, blah. And then she told your sister to be open.
Yeah, like that's so
And
backwards
trusting.
actually.
What is it really? I mean, what side of that do you see? Do you think that people are inherently good or inherently bad?
I think people are inherently good, but I still approach it as if they're bad.
You with your guard up.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to just leave it like that. I'll continue talking. No.
Like,
My cousin said, what's more important, high school reunion or family reunion?
oh, family reunion.
What's high school reunion?
Family.
If it was a this or that, because I see my family all the time.
I actually texted my mom earlier because
Did you tell her you were going to be on here with us?
no.
Oh, the nerve.
No.
But okay, you texted
But,
her earlier.
And there's an event, the fest out in Wickliffe goes on the same weekend as our family reunion now, West Virginia.
Okay.
There's great artists this year, and I was like, hey, let's go. And she's like, oh, it's such a bummer. It's on the family reunion weekend. I'm like,
You were supposed to say, man, such a bummer.
well, I know.
You was
I
like,
just
I ain't going to make it.
look. No matter what I said, it's like, hey, Mom, I'd love to go to the family reunion, but I want to go to this. She'd be like, oh, cool.
Oh,
Because
cool.
it's the fest, so it's okay. But even if I would have said the opposite, it's like, oh, I'm gonna skip the fest this year and go to the family reunion. She'd be like, oh, cool.
Right,
You know,
okay. So either way.
you know,
Either way.
that's a win-win.
Family
Okay.
reunion is important for me because, well, you know, here in Cleveland, it's just me and my siblings and my mother and my stepdad. Like, we moved here when I was in, like, 2nd grade. And then now, even, one of my brothers, he lives in Minnesota, and then my other 2 brothers, they're in California.
Okay.
Or back and forth, and then they travel because they're musicians. So mainly it's like my mom, my older sister, my younger sister, and then even my younger brother. He's not even in the city anymore. Like, how did he leave? But anyways, it's just, it's us here.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I have Daoud's family. But the rest of my family, from my mom, they're in Toledo, they're in Detroit, Monroe, and like down south. So like family reunion for me
It's important
is
because you're so
important.
scattered out.
Yes. And it's always a good time. And then also, too, just because as we're getting up in age, like I know I'm only 27, but like death is like more prevalent than ever at this point. Like it's just everywhere.
Morbid.
Yeah, it's just, it's overwhelming sometimes. So the fact that I know that I'm reaching a stage where, I mean, not too much longer, I'm going to be having to look out for my mom. And then also I have grandparents. Like, you don't want to miss those opportunities to just get together. We just sit in each other's face sometimes.
Yeah.
And what I call it fellowship. That's what I say at work. Like, well, my mom's sick. I'm just going to go and, just fellowship, just sit with her. We ain't even got to talk about nothing. We can just watch TV together or just eat. But it's just getting that time with your family. Like, that's just something you can't buy. And you can't buy, well, for me, you can't buy the feeling that I get when it's just a group of us that we're all connected by where we've grown up or our roots in general. Like, it's something about that you can't buy that nowhere.
Yeah.
It's an awesome experience, and I look forward to it every time because all we do is just laugh, joke. Even if it's just me and my siblings, we all just joking and riding on each other the whole time.
I can't wait for this. This is why I can't wait for this class reunion, because I am going to cut
You're
up.
gonna be cutting up. Oh.
I think we should host it unofficially.
Ooh, we can cover it.
Yeah.
I hope nobody gets mad. I
Right.
keeps it real.
And I do as well, and I'm prepared.
You're prepared. I think that would be interesting. We gotta sit and talk about how we could
Make our show a part of the reunion.
coverage over it. We're definitely gonna have to have some cameras handy.
We could do a. I say we could do a. What is it called? Something builder.
Come on, keep it going.
Team builder exercises.
Oh, with them? A team
Yeah.
building exercise?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind doing a workshop.
Yeah,
We could do a workshop.
and that'd be fun.
That was you, officer.
Wow, I didn't move.
I think that one was.
Blame
good.
it on the wee. That's like a car.
I'm out of here.
Is it me?
I
No.
don't know.
Move your mic.
Why is this happening so
It's
much
not his
today?
I've been over here a statue, so
I don't know.
been like,
I can't.
I'm gonna give up on it. I'm gonna do half and half.
I
Oh, it was that one. Oh wait, I
It just got
unplugged-
louder.
I just unplugged my thing.
Please play back.
Okay.
Oh my
whatever
goodness.
you do not move.
I've been being still. I haven't moved that much. Okay. So, yeah, well, we could possibly do like some type of workshop. Now I feel like I have to be stiff. We could probably do some type of workshop. I think that would be fun. But we have to see how many people actually register because apparently that's been an issue.
Which is why I've been trying to do my part and soliciting people.
Yeah. It's so funny. Oh, God.
That's not my phone.
Definitely not your phone. Definitely mine. Oh.
What's our next category?
Wow. Okay. Next category. Oh, I didn't even find the story. Okay. So since we have an expert here with us, and I was present during a scare, and when it happened, I was like basically a sitting duck, and we had discussed what happened and my thoughts, but basically because I was so confused that I wasn't like proactive in like being safe, basically. Like I was just kind of sitting there and I was scared to move because I didn't know what was safe. Was it safe?
You were going through a fight, flight, or freeze. At what stage do you think you were at?
What's the stage?
Freeze.
I definitely was at freeze.
You were definitely at freeze.
But my mind was like doing a million
Correct.
thoughts
Correct.
at once, and I was like, okay, maybe I just go outside. Let me just run outside. And the officer had, you be safer outside. But I was like, well, how do you know? You didn't even address me. Like everybody was like running past me, And so I was just real nervous to go outside. And even when I did go outside, I was like running to the car because I was nervous. So what advice do you give
So,
to somebody in that situation?
First off, she's talking about any type of active shooter.
Yes.
Number one thing I'm going to tell you, wherever you are, you must know what's around you.
Okay.
You know, if you're in the park, it's a potential of it happening in a park. You know, it could happen here at Lakeland. You know, it could happen when you go to Applebee's or
That's
Olive Garden.
anywhere,
You know,
yeah.
and you don't realize. And I actually use Olive Garden in Mentor, Ohio. Everybody been? Anybody been there? You know, when I actually teach this, you know, how many exits are there at Olive Garden in Mentor, Ohio?
Is
Everybody
there only
always
one?
says there's like 2.
Is it only one?
It probably is only one.
There probably is only one.
Oh, maybe the entrance and probably a back door for trash.
Maybe a back door for trash.
That's what I was
There's like
assuming.
7 exits in Olive Garden. Mentor,
Oh,
Ohio.
wow.
Correct, but you know, you ever hear cops talk about, yeah, when I go in public places, I always sit in the back or sit.
I sit with my
and-
back towards the window and my
Back to-
face
So you
towards
can
the
see
door.
everything.
so you can watch anything that's coming to you. Well, cops have been thinking like that, or a lot of people have been thinking like that for years. You know, and we have to get it to a point where we're programming ourselves, where we notice small things like exit sounds. So now this is your radio show. I actually get to use you guys as guinea pigs.
How
Do you know where your closest exit is? 2, right here. You can point to the direction, and I'll tell the listeners if they're pointing in the right direction.
No.
Probably the window.
Probably the window.
What are you talking about? In here?
To get outside.
Get outside. Oh, shit.
Fire breaks out right now. Fire alarm goes off.
I only know my one.
Where's your
entrance.
exit?
The window.
You can't go out the door?
I would rather go out the door, but my quickest
Well,
exit would be.
we're probably not going to be jumping out.
Not
the
right
window.
here. You talking about getting out the building, right?
Yeah, getting out of the building.
That's what I'm thinking. Like that door.
Just point to wherever.
But I don't know.
This door.
This door? Where?
The downstairs door in the front.
Okay.
I feel like that's too far.
Okay.
That's where I'm
And
going.
that's. What do you think? Is
I-
that your final?
Yes.
Okay.
Shit. This is too much pressure because I only know one entrance, and that's the way I come in.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
Correct.
point that
And
way.
that's, you know, that's the mentality that we've always had is I only know the way out is the way that I came in.
Right.
You're actually pretty close. Go ahead and turn right around. See that sign that says exit right there?
Okay.
That goes to the outside.
Okay.
You actually just learned that. You
I did.
And,
Mental
and every
note.
time you might see that exit sign, you'd be like, oh yeah, Officer
That's the
called
way
me.
out. It's in your
So,
head.
But we have to get to the point where we mentally prepare ourselves in every situation. Now, we can prepare for an incident right here in this room. What happens when we leave this room?
I haven't. Yeah.
I can't do
I
anything.
didn't
I
plan
ex-
that far.
I planned on you taking care of it once we leave this room. Actually.
Actually, I would have you up in front, and I'd be take your gun, get your gun, get up,
Handle
go
it.
get him.
It's your turn.
I'll be behind the
Yeah,
chair.
this is my hide behind.
Time to shine, Officer Palmer. Go on in there. Get him.
Yeah. So, but you know, when I'm not around,
Right. Okay. So if there is like no,
I'm underneath
authority
the desk.
or nobody armed.
So you know, we have to get out of the mentality that it's only going to happen when I prepare in this space, and it's never going to happen
Outside of this
outside
space.
of that. You know, and part of that is just it's not being plaguing your mind. Oh my God, is there what's going? You know, could it break out right now? You know, it's just a hey. There's an exit there. Where's the closest fire extinguisher?
Man,
Wait, really? How are you guys? Note to my listeners, they are seriously looking in all directions.
so this is what I will say.
Yet,
Oh, 'cause it's over there.
they are 3.5 feet away from a fire extinguisher.
You were shocked that you knew where it was.
I still don't know where it is.
It's on the wall back there.
It's on the wall.
The
Back
door is in the way.
there. It's on the wall back there. So part of being mentally prepared is knowing
Knowing
the
your
tools,
surroundings.
what you have available to you. So, event of a fire, what do we grab? Fire extinguisher, right?
Yeah.
Heck yeah, and I'm taking it straight to that exit door that's over there.
Right.
If I need to use it, I'll use it. If not,
Whatever.
yeah, correct. So, are you going to do anything different, active shooter, and you decide to evacuate? I would grab that
I
fire
would just do
extinguisher.
it and
I
try to
would
hit him with
grab-
that.
I would grab that fire extinguisher
Mm.
regardless. Active shooter or fire.
Cause a
And
weapon.
then maybe next time that you're back on campus, put it back on the stand, But so we need to change our entire. I don't want to say change. Let's say polish
Okay.
our thought process. You said you were a sitting duck. You know why you were a sitting duck?
Yeah.
Because you
You thought you
were
were.
a sitting duck. Preparing yourself mentally. One of the greatest things that was ever told to me.
Thoughts manifest.
No.
No.
Was your body can't go where your mind already has it. So if you haven't thought about using that exit, if you haven't thought about using that fire extinguisher,
Then you can't do it because you haven't thought about it.
especially in high stress situations,
You gotta say it again.
the body cannot go where the mind already has it.
I know we are talking about like exit strategies,
This
and,
is,
But
life,
it's-
this is
Safety.
life in general. This is
but it's just literally
It's deeper than that.
Correct.
It's literally your thought process, your mindset. Just like, and it's so funny that you say that because the first thing that came to my mind is one of the things we talk about is basically like having an imagination, thinking about it, picturing how you're going to feel when you accomplish whatever goal or what it's going to look like. You got to think about it first before you can even get to getting it done.
So let me also bring something to you're talking about this subject. I consider myself an able-bodied man. I'm a skilled shooter. When it comes to hand-to-hand combat, I believe
You be
sort of.
He's
you know?
decent.
Sort of
He's
like that.
decent.
jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-Jitsu, Ishinryu, Police Academy, and also
Oh,
my
wow.
brother.
Thought I was joking.
My brother was he was a fully grown man boy when I was.
So you been fighting.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, all your life.
My father. I grew up in a biker bar.
Okay.
My father was all of 500 pounds and 6'5".
What?
That's a
Correct.
big man.
Correct.
Okay.
And I eventually became the alpha of the family. So
Okay.
You don't put in some work.
I did. I'm at the
I got
age
you.
where no, I'm
You
not.
chilling out.
I'm not running the mile marathon. anymore.
Right.
So, but let's put something in perspective. And if I am a skilled shooter and I'm an actor, I'm targeting, a school like Lakeland, and if you're 30 feet away from me and I know how to use a gun, what's your chance of survival?
Slim to none.
You say slim to none.
Okay.
I mean,
I mean, can you move faster than a bullet?
I'm gonna
Like,
zigzag.
Can you? You might zigzag.
But would that be fast enough?
Okay.
I'm not running
But wouldn't a
straight.
skilled shooter be able to anticipate which way you about
Correct,
to
and
move?
that's where I did say skilled shooter. Okay. Now let me put something else in perspective.
Okay.
You're 2 feet away from me, and I'm a skilled shooter.
Then I'm gone.
You think you're gone?
I'm gonna talk to
Maybe
you.
I can slap the gun.
I would talk to you.
You would try to talk him down?
Yeah.
I don't know
Like
about that, man.
because
Okay,
we're this
okay.
close, it has to
I'll
be
be like,
intimate.
Our Father who art in heaven.
So you said that I'm gonna I'm either gone or
Or I'm gonna talk to him.
you think your odds are less at close range, right?
Running.
Okay. Your odds, you say I'm gonna try to slap. I'm gonna try to slap that gun.
I mean, I'm close enough to try to.
Okay, and you're gonna look.
He's
for
a
that.
Is
skilled
it
fighter.
you or is it somebody else?
He said he's a skilled
Well, I don't
fighter
know, I
as
feel
well.
like- dang.
But are you potentially? Do you have the potential of getting? I'm using quotation marks. The money shot, a money shot.
Oh, if somebody's close.
Something that will get either that gun out of the hand, give you enough time that way you could escape. Because let's be real. If you kick me in the less preferred area,
It's like this.
do you think I can accurately shoot at that point?
No, I have impaired you.
You have
I heard that it is excruciating pain. So I've heard.
I've heard too. So, but if you're 30 feet, what's your chance of survival?
I don't think you have any influence. I don't.
You have less. Like I guess you have less dictation of where your fate goes. So, but most people actually believe, even with me, I'm a larger guy, you know, and I'm a skilled shooter, that maybe they can get that money shot and survive the incident. Now, most people at 30 feet, when I say, you know,
It's whatever.
but, and here's what I'm going to tell you: police shooting statistics,
Okay.
trained police officers, at 6 feet or less, their hit percentage of shots on target where they're supposed to be is 50%. 6 feet.
What?
Sorry.
Oh, see, that was you.
Yeah.
So really, you would think it would be.
But why?
Because they shouldn't be trying to kill
I
you.
never missed the target at 6 feet, personally.
Mm.
Because people are reacting. They're trying to
Correct.
stab
To
us.
stop
They're
them.
shooting back at
Oh.
us. They're physically assaulting. So that's where, if trained cops, accuracy is at 50%. Traditionally, active shooters have been less trained than police officers.
True.
What is your chance of survival if you go for that money shot? If you do something, I'm
Well,
not
then
saying
probably would increase though.
it will increase.
If
Now,
they're not skilled.
now, here,
Really, so I gotta believe that I can.
I
okay.
will tell you this: 99% of the people that have answered my next question believe that they can survive.
I gotta study and look at my notes.
So,
Go ahead.
So,
I'm ready.
I'm a skilled shooter
Okay.
guy, you know, and you have a fire extinguisher, and I have a handgun. I'm 2 feet away from you. Who's going to win that fight?
If I know
my
how
spray.
to use it.
If you know how to use it.
That was
This
one thing
goes
they
back
mentioned in
to-
OSHA.
This actually goes back to the body can't go where the mind already has it.
Okay.
So,
Your body can't do it
so
quickly if you ain't never.
believe it or not, it's not hard to figure out. If I'm 2 feet away from you with a handgun and you've got a fire extinguisher, who's winning that fight?
It should be the fire
I'm putting on the fire
extinguisher.
extinguisher.
Money goes on the fire
I'm gonna throw you
extinguishers.
off.
But why is that? We're so fearful of, you know,
Being shot.
just even guns in general. But
Yeah.
but the reality is you've got a person. It doesn't take a good guy with a gun to defeat a bad guy with a gun. It just takes a person with the will to live.
Ooh, that makes me think about now. You make me thinking about Walking Dead.
Here we go.
But I guess
Game
it's a
of Thrones,
conversation.
The Walking Dead.
I
We're
know,
in
but
this
you're talking
conversation.
will to live.
No, but that's
You know?
that's the reality.
Or
And I use those guys, the 3 Americans that were half asleep on a French train. They even made a movie about it. And a terrorist got on a train
What-
with a
you know what the
fully
name of the movie
with
is?
a fully automatic. I actually forget the movie.
I'm gonna look that up.
I can
I
see it in
wanna
my
watch
head.
And a fully automatic AK-47, and everybody goes, fully automatic AK-47, you just shoot that thing and everybody dies. They just fall. No, that's not how it works. But these 3 traveled 30 feet down a train with an aisleway that's like 3 feet wide and closed the gap on this terrorist to take him down. Why?
Because they believe
They were
they
in sync.
did.
Because they said, you're
fine.
not going to get me today.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it comes down to the world. What did they have? They didn't even have any tools. They just had literally their bodies.
When that survival kicks in, you never know what you will do.
Mm-hmm. But and when you say that survival, I want you to take that, if you haven't rehearsed it in your mind or thought about it in your mind in a survival situation, you're not going to do
You
it.
ain't gonna do it.
You ain't going to do it. You're going to pass right by that fire extinguisher.
I was gonna say then. So then, really though, if you haven't thought about it before, then there's you're less likely to like miraculously come up with
You don't miraculously.
like, hey, I'm gonna put this together and this is gonna build this, and like how they do in the movies.
Correct. You just.
It has to come from something, basically.
You don't all of a sudden know how to build improvise. you got to understand at least science, or you don't all of a sudden become a ninja master like in the Matrix. Oh, we're gonna preload that into your
So
brain,
basically, you're able to kind of use what you already know. But if it hadn't been there before, there's less of a chance for you
less of a
you
chance.
can't just you probably ain't gonna just pull it out your ass. Basically.
And sometimes we also have to think about. I was very fortunate to attend a class recently. Gunshot wounds.
How to
talk
treat
about
'em?
What's the most deadly gunshot wound besides a headshot?
To the shoulder.
The thigh.
The thigh.
I know about that on the
You
veins
are-
and in the blood
believe it or
vessels.
not, you are you're more likely to die quicker from a shot to the thigh than you are
'Cause you
a
bleed
shot
out
to the
faster.
chest. Extremely fast. If your entire femoral artery is severed, I'm a big guy, 260 pounds. I hold 10 quarts of blood. 90 seconds, I'm dead.
Wow.
Now, that doesn't even include how much time
It takes for
I may be
help
bleeding,
to arrive.
But at what point do I pass out? I'm passing out when I lose 3.5 pints of blood. I'm actually losing fine motor skills. So I went to this class and they talked about tourniquets. We cops, we carry tourniquets. If I can't get this on in 30 seconds onto my leg, I'm dead. 30 seconds. Can you apply this tourniquet? This is actually a combat tournament, so it's supposed to be correct. You know, and yeah, in this class, if you didn't get that on in 30 seconds, you were deemed you were deemed dead. And that's, you know, and that's with doing it with two arms. What happens if one arm is less compact? So, doing it with this arm. Can you do it with this arm?
Yeah. Okay.
I think I'd be fine.
I don't know about me.
No, I wouldn't have caught it.
Yeah. So, but, and one thing that I was really fortunate about this class is, you know, 20 seconds. You know, pretty much everybody got that tourniquet on in 20 seconds. And that's like key. But how prepared was I before I even went to that class?
Right.
What's the chance of me even being shot in that area? I mean, I wear a bulletproof vest.
Yeah.
You know, I wear a ballistic helmet. You know, I have a ballistic helmet in the car, even downstairs. So I have all these tools, but what do I have protecting me right here?
Die. That's
Nothing.
where you need the protection.
And yes, we can actually survive a gunshot wound to the chest.
You can survive one to the head.
And you can survive one from the head. Less likely.
To the mouth, 9 times, 50 cents.
And I remember a statistic. We're talking about the war.
You did.
I'm like, dang, I'll get just right off the top of your head, huh?
That's what goes to mind when I think of people getting shot up. 50.
How many times have you been shot?
Like 9 times in the mouth.
I think Tupac was shot.
Tupac was shot more?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
Oh, I gotta look that up.
Anyways,
Okay.
So you know, they talk about the war in Iraq and Afghanistan. You know, the amount of soldiers that actually died from extremity wounds. And they say 71%.
That's amazing.
71% of those actually could have been preventable if a tourniquet was used. Now, this was literally a statistic that was given to me in a class. I don't know if it's valid, and I'm not second guessing anybody.
Right.
You know, like, oh, you know, yeah, you should use it. But, you know, we need to learn from that. And when you have an injury to the leg, even your radial artery. So part of also preparing for this is mentally preparing that if you do get shot, are you out of the fight? No.
I feel like, man.
Yeah, I feel like
I think if I got
shot,
but
I would be like.
I wouldn't know I got shot because I've been in fights before and I didn't feel it.
And that's another thing. You know, another thing that
The excitement.
our body is one of the most fascinating things in the world because whenever we go through stress like that, I can guarantee you when you're going through stress like that, all of your blood, I don't want to say all your blood, but it moved from your hands and your legs and went to lungs, brain. It goes to the vital survival organs and away from fingers,
Okay.
So,
that
but-
explains it.
and that's just physiology, that your body does that, because it's going into survival mode. But what does that also mean for bleeding?
You bleed
if you're
faster.
High and you're shot, are you less or more likely to bleed out?
I
from
think you're
the
gonna
leg?
bleed out more because your blood is just pumping.
Sort of. I mean, it's a double-edged sword.
Because it's at the top, moving to the
there's more
bottom.
blood
Oh, it's
here.
more here. Okay.
So-
Ooh, that's deep.
Stuff
I didn't think
some
about.
anatomy.
But now that you've actually thought about it,
Mm-hmm.
does it change? It has to change your mental process.
Yes.
For your reaction to be different. Your reaction, you're probably more scared of your reaction than the actual, after the fact, than
Yeah.
the actual incident, because you're like, I had no clue what to do. The scariest thing is just you're a mother, right?
Mm-hmm.
The scariest thing that
Is not knowing what
is
to
just
do.
not knowing,
Not knowing.
and you know what it's like.
Mhm.
When your kid's screaming for help, and you're just like, I don't,
Yeah.
But not being able to do anything is more scary than the actual incident. How do we combat that?
Knowing
Our
your
first
exits.
step is knowing that exit sign. The second step is the
Fire
fire
extinguisher.
extinguishers. Now these are analogies. They're not, but there's just things that we do. By knowing those, will you survive every single active shooting? No.
Nothing is
No.
100%.
Nothing is 100%, but it's only increasing your chance.
Okay. Thank you.
I could talk for hours.
I'm sure you can. It sounds like
You
you're
remind
in
me
class
of Gary
with
Owens.
What's that?
you.
You
Gary
remi-
Owens?
Yeah, doesn't
The
he?
comedian? You know that?
See, I've heard a mix between Garth Brooks and can't remember the actor's name.
Having a brain fart like me, huh?
Oh, it happens all the time. When you get over 40, it happens all
Oh, Lord.
the time. Yeah, you got it.
It's okay.
Oh, Lord.
Kevin Costner. If Kevin Costner and Garth Brooks
Had a baby.
had a child, somehow
Officer Palmer.
it would be me. Yeah.
Got you. Did we? I mean, we had Yin and Yang on here,
We can do it.
but I
If
didn't know.
it feel like we could do it another time.
I don't know. Just introduce it how you want to introduce it, because I didn't know. I just wrote it down, and then now I'm like
It's actually
Yin
I
and Yang
actually-
question mark.
I actually love the way that you talked about it earlier.
Well, I'm actually. Well, this was my tangent of the week because I'm having a hard time meeting new people, and I know it's because of the way I was trained to meet people.
Okay.
And my sister was actually trained totally different to meet people than me. My mother taught me that people are inherently bad, and that I should not trust them. And it'll be really. You have to be really important for me to care about you because I naturally distrust people. But she taught my sister that people are good and that they're good until they're not. So she has a lot of friends, but she doesn't know when to let them go. And I don't have any friends, but the ones I do.
Sorry.
I mean, I have Layla.
I'm with you.
I have
I don't
friends,
have too many friends either.
but I have a hard time letting them go. So it's just like now that I'm seeking a relationship, it's like I cried about him yesterday,
Okay.
and I'm not even like with him, but that's just how much I
You had an
care.
attachment.
Yeah, so it's just like I don't want to be that person anymore.
Well, the person that you are right now, or the person that doesn't care?
I guess both. Because when I don't care, it's bad. I'm angry. I'm an evil person.
Is anger a bad emotion? At what point have we ever described anger as a bad emotion?
When you say that, I will say it is a natural emotion.
It is a natural emotion.
I say anger is valid in my head.
It's a great way to describe it. Anger is valid. When you act on that anger, I think that's where it becomes.
That's when the lines
Bad.
get blurred.
You know.
And
So
yeah, it really is what you do behind it, or how you deflect it, or who you put it off on. That's why the anger gets a negative connotation. Also, too, with like black people in general, even with myself, I'm a black woman, so
I know a bit about anger.
I know a bit about anger, but also we can easily get accused of being
Angry.
angry. So it gets a
No,
and it gets a
there's a-
negative connotation behind it.
there's not angry, firm, strong.
right.
I mean,
But they don't want
So-
people don't want to pick those words
but
all
people,
the time.
people need to understand.
Mm-hmm. People don't want to pick those words all the time.
I remember one time I was actually investigating something, and I wanted to talk to the person, and I was hoping that his mom or his grandma answered the phone. Because as soon as I said, "Hey, this is Officer Palmer, like the police department, I need to speak with," "Oh, what did he do?"
Oh yeah.
I said, "Well, I'm just investigating this. Okay, what you want me to do?" And she's like, I'm like, "I just have him give me a call." 15 minutes later, guess who was not even on the phone with me? He was actually down at the police department.
Oh, his grandma was like, "Don't call him back. Go on
And
in
that's
there,
who-
boy."
That's who it was, his grandma, And, but this might have been somebody that would have just dodged me.
Mhm.
Instead, I got the matriarch.
Yeah, right.
And it's, her tone with me,
Mhm.
she was coming out with a level of disgust,
Yeah.
for a grandchild, and it wasn't anger. It was filled
Just
with nothing
being
but
firm.
firm, emotional, strong.
And I think a lot of people are not emotionally intelligent, so they think it's happy, sad, angry, and nothing else in between it. Like you
But
couldn't possibly be feeling anything else, so they don't pick that up from somebody else.
Emotions are one of those things that there's so many things that we have to learn. I mean, I deal with many people every single day. Do I know? No. Next thing I know, I get somebody that's on a spectrum sitting next to me, and I say something, and then they're actually, they might think that it was, or they react to something I say, and I'm like, oh, man, he must not like. No,
Yeah,
that's just his natural, his or her natural
Reaction.
emotion. Yeah.
it's so funny you say that because I've had experiences where I've had to work with people that don't pick up on like social cues, like
Social
when the
cues.
conversation is over, walk
Respectful.
away, or I'm eating lunch, don't come up to me, talk to me. Or people that have like, they're just really monotone, so even if they joke, you can't really tell unless you are looking at their face because it's just the same tone every time, and sometimes they might get perceived as being like aggressive. And I mean, not everybody does this because sometimes it is kind of hard if you don't feel like being bothered or if you don't care that much.
You brighten up your voice a little bit so they like you.
Not even that, no, but it's just to, like, I would say, like, over the past year, the most beautiful thing that I've recognized and learned is that everything is not about me. If somebody is angry or they're upset, it has to do with what they are going through.
Right.
That's some trauma that you're dealing with, boo, and it don't got nothing to do with me because we don't even really know each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that gives me peace of mind, and it allows me to deal with so many different types of people and different types of emotions. And then another thing to keep in mind is you have to allow people to express whatever the emotion is. Don't put it in their mouth. Like, why are you always angry? Why are you always coming around here with
Right.
attitude? So now I'm disgusted because you just told me I'm angry or I'm grumpy or I got an attitude. So now we're going to focus on that as opposed to how I really feel, which
Right.
could have been just uncomfortable. I'm just not sure. Don't really know how to interact. They could be an introvert. Like, it could be so many things other than what you are just picking up. Because a lot of times, perception just does nobody justice. Like, when you just pick up the wrong things. And I like y'all was saying, like, people are not inherently good. But I think, like, the average mind is, like, really, really negative. And they mostly seek negative out of others. That's why, like, social media feeds off of all the BS, all the bull. Anything that's bad, everybody want to watch it. They want the tea. They want to know what's going on. Even, like, with the people that I deal with, most of them, they automatically have a negative connotation. It could be even just about me. They're assuming, like, oh, she don't know where I come from. And I'm like, you didn't even know I lived all over Cleveland. I'm the first person to go to college and graduate. Like,
Right.
you don't even know. I'm one of 7. Like, you don't
Right.
know my whole background. But
Right.
people always have negative misinterpretations, or they make up their minds about somebody before they even engage them or talk to them. If you don't care to look into it, don't try to address the attitude that you think you see, basically.
Right.
I actually think the opposite. I think everybody is good. But we're so attracted to negativity.
We are.
It is, you know.
I don't think the average person sees this negative.
So, and we can get, you know, even the best people, we find ourselves caught in a, oh my gosh, I'm being very negative.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm kind of like the comical cynicist, where, you know,
got it.
like, so, but honestly, I think that, you know, because really, how many people we're here at Lakeland today?
At least 1,000.
How many?
You think 1,000?
Correct, 1,000 people. And how many people did you walk by?
None, because we were here after hours.
Oh, okay.
We do miss.
Let's get into
Sorry.
the semantics. No. So, but reality, you walk around Lakeland.
Yes.
You know, which Lakeland, you know, obviously is a higher education. How many of those people make eye contact? Remember, eye contact.
People try to avert their eyes from me, actually.
They do.
They look down.
And
I make sure I look
down.
up every time I walk past somebody.
But
Every time.
when you
Hello.
catch them, you know, where you
Oh,
make
when
eye
you meet
contact.
eyes.
When you do meet eyes. And I don't mean that.
Oh, they
and
give this smile.
I don't mean that in the 80 cheesy way. The 80 movie cheesy way, okay?
They give this smile.
Like, I'm an officer. I walk through this campus. I make eye contact. I say hello to people.
Word.
You know,
Like how normal human beings should.
like how normal people should.
But people don't be doing that all the time. But go ahead.
But they do it with me.
They do. Do you think it's your uniform?
Oh, my gosh. I didn't even realize I had that on. No.
Wait, I wasn't trying to keep it. That was hard. Ouch. But no, do you,
First off, for them,
I'm sorry.
I
that's
do
the first thing that came to mind. Was like, is it the uniform?
I acknowledge them before they acknowledge me.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So, I don't wait for them to acknowledge me. So, if they have their head down,
That's a part
I'm
of
not
that
going to be
good
like,
business.
Hey.
Hey.
correct.
that's awkward.
Huh? Do I know you?
Are you talking to
Are
me?
you stopping me? No,
So
I
it's
swear I'm not violating
it's just
your,
if you
your
meet
First Amendment
eyes.
rights. You go. No. So,
I'm with you on that.
but everybody here, if you said hello,
They gonna
if
say
you
it
do
back.
they're gonna make eye contact. Now, that is the first thing that we can do in any type of interpersonal relationship.
Okay.
Is make contact, acknowledge. You know, so telling somebody your whole life story and how all these things were positive, that means less than your very first interaction. Or
Because that's the beginning.
correct. Hey,
Hey, how are you? Or when you peeked in.
He
Oh,
just
hi,
taught me
officer.
how to
I
make
know,
new
he-
friends.
correct. So,
How to make friends.
Yeah.
Unless you in the hood, though, because...
Saying hi to the wrong person can get you killed.
well,
I
you
tell
just
that...
you have to know your
Uh,
audience.
the audience, yeah.
Your audience.
Okay.
Because it's been so many times where... Is it me? Is that you?
What do you mean? Does it mean?
I don't know. I'm just putting it on you every time. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Okay, but I've been, and I think it's accustomed to like the type of work that I do. Hi, hello, hey, what's up? I have to address everybody I see. So I take that into my personal life. And I could just be like in the grocery store or like at a clothing store or like walking down the street or walking through somewhere. And usually it's mostly like with females.
Mhm.
And I look at them and I say, oh, hey.
Oh,
And they're like-
you can't do that to men.
Girl. With men, I always
With
say.
men, you say hello. They're like, oh, she likes me.
No, I just say,
She likes me.
it's a quick
She likes
hi.
me.
But
Oh no, I
like, it's
that's
hi.
even.
But look, if
No,
if
I'm just kidding.
look, if a guy like is literally like, oh hey, what's going on, or oh you look good, like my stuff my coworker is, I always say stuff like, oh right, word, like all right, cool, like yeah. all
You
right.
do them out.
So-
You do
I
them
just be like, all
out.
right,
But-
bet,
but
and
this-
they be like, what the heck? What is she talking about?
But
and I just keep walking.
Here's why that's a great tactic, because
Throws them off.
one of the things we're so bad at is conversation.
Yeah.
Like, at what point do we deem the conversation, you know,
Over.
I'm not going to be, I'll be honest. I've done the online dating. And I am
I
as
know what he was
crazy
about to
as
say.
it sounds. I
I've
am
done
not
it.
God's gift to women.
What?
You know, correct.
That's not what your profile
What?
said?
What? Yeah,
Oh.
no, that was my headline. So when I message a woman
Okay.
and compliment, say something about her hobbies, ask a question, if she answers that question with a one-word response,
It's over.
I'm moving on.
moving on.
Yeah.
And we don't have that ability today.
Some
to
people don't. Social cues. They not picking up on it.
Cues.
They not picking up on it.
Okay.
That was all right. Bet.
But on the other
What the
hand,
hell?
we have to know the people that we're dealing with.
Right.
You know, let's be real. If I'm a police officer and I'm talking to somebody that is just giving me one word response, short responses, snappy responses, does that mean they're guilty?
No, they're just
No.
dealing with an
You
officer.
have to know the person you're talking to.
Just not interested.
Yeah,
I said they're just not that into you.
Jesus.
Move it
I
along.
actually,
Go ahead,
I'm to the
step
point
aside.
where I'm like, you don't even have to. So then,
You should have responded.
so then 2 months later, you get that. Are we done talking?
Ma'am,
What?
do you not know what you just said?
It's like, excuse me, you were responding back to me with
One
one
word
responses.
answers, yeah.
That's to
Didn't
me,
see
that's,
much interest.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was
I
busy.
was very busy. Okay, so you know what that means is, you know,
You wasn't busy. You was still shopping. That's what you was doing.
And you had some stuff in your car that you had to put back. And you said, let me go on back
oh,
to
so
aisle
I'm the
one.
consolation dress?
It's either
Is that
that.
what you just said?
I guess so.
Yeah,
Kind of spade. He went on back and was like, well, let me just see what he was about.
yeah, you know.
You
maybe
know.
it was nice.
Or maybe they just, I think that could also be a sign that they're like poor communicators. Or they don't put much value on
What-
communicating.
What is the
I don't want to
most
deal with that.
important thing in a relationship?
Communication.
In unison.
Communication.
I'm gonna just leave that communication.
Oh. So.
At least let me know what's going on so we can see if we can work through it.
Correct.
I feel it.
We can go from there. Like, just let that be open. Let me know what's going on, and then we'll see what we can do moving
I
forward.
mean, but it's not even that hard. Even if you're busy, if you have the time to answer,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and you have dialogue, is it that hard to just say, hey, just so you know, I'm very busy. I apologize for the one-word response. Or just shoot, like, a small question. A small question, like, oh, yeah, I like this. What are you into?
Okay.
Takes, you know, or what else do
Takes
you
some time.
like?
Right.
You know, it is broad.
I
but-
hate that when I ask a question and I don't get a question back in response. I'm like, so you don't want to know nothing about me?
It's like somebody saying, how was your day? And then you tell them, and then they be like, okay, you're like, so well, my day was. I'm guilty of that. If I say, how was your day? How's it going? Oh, it was cool. Oh, well, my day was,
Oh, so you would let them know, like,
you didn't ask me.
I just want to tell you.
Yeah. Or
Hey,
I tell
ask you.
people, like, if I say, hey, how's it going? They're like, it's good. And I'm like, okay, you're going to ask me how I'm doing?
Right.
And then after that, people know. That's why I say, like, kind of lead by example. You got to expose them to show them the
So-
proper way.
So, but, you know, I think when it comes down to bringing back the yin and the yang, I think people are good, you know, inherently good. Even if everybody here, and I use Lakeland obviously because it's the environment that we're in, if you're in distress, you know, who would come to your aid? And when I say distress, Thursday. How many people do you think would not have been willing to help in any type of circumstance? That Thursday, that grim Thursday.
A
Was it-
grim
was it
Thursday.
The Thursday
The
last
28th,
week.
February 28th that
I
you
remember
guys were
that
here.
date. Well, he wasn't here.
What happened?
Some other thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Who would
that's what I'm trying to figure.
ask me the question again?
I
How
think
many people-
inherently people would have been more likely to help.
Like, if I was hurt, yeah, somebody would.
Oh no,
well,
I don't think people would have helped me.
I was one person that I tried to
You?
help.
I fell in Tower City before, and people walked past me and let me sit there.
It's not funny.
Yeah,
Okay. Where was that?
in Tower City.
In Tower City.
Gutter.
After
Okay.
Gutter. different environment.
Different environment.
Totally different
Correct.
environment.
Whatever you-
there are
whenever
mice
you-
running around there. Nobody cares to
And
help you off the
there's
float.
there's a level of in Tower City. There's a level of don't offend it, but there's a level of self.
Mind your effing business.
Mind your business too.
Correct. I'm in here shopping.
And that's
or
a
I'm in here.
completely different population because there are it's a range of people that just hang out at Tower City. Everybody ain't there to just shop now or eat. I'm just saying. Whereas you got people here that's like
I guarantee you, if I
taking
fall in
classes.
Tractor Supply, somebody's giving me a hand.
somebody give you a hand, even if you're not in your uniform.
Yeah.
I keep throwing that in there.
Yeah.
Somebody better help me, or then I will turn into the angry black woman. I know how to activate that card. It's like a Pokemon. Like
I choose you.
I'll morph like. Didn't I say?
But there's two forces that are stronger.
What?
Angry
A taser
black
gun?
mother and angry black grandmother.
Grandma.
Right?
You don't want the angry black grandma.
Correct.
Because they know tricks of the trade, like mind games, like stuff to get you to do stuff that you didn't even know you was doing.
So, yes, look.
Jedi mind
You
tricks.
say that's your ace card. I've got two other ace cards.
What's your card?
This like, yeah, this is
Right?
where I go.
What's your Pokemon card?
No, it's
That's
angry black grandmother.
Oh. Do you have a Pokemon card?
On Sunday when you don't go to church.
Oh, shoot. That's when it started out. Where are you at?
Actually, I used to go to Living Waters in Euclid. So yeah, I walk in there and I'm the only.
Oh. Okay.
I am the
Well, it must be
only
exciting.
white dude in a Pentecostal black church.
So first of all, you said Pentecostal, so that means stomp, clap,
Correct.
get down, run around. Yes, Lord. Like all of that.
Correct, yeah.
Are you on rhythm while you're there?
Oh no.
Oh God, no.
No, actually, but at my church, not only am I worship leader, I'm actually praise group leader.
So you
he on
gotta have
rhythm.
some rhythm
I
to
got
lead the praise group.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
What's your favorite song? I put him on the spot.
No, it's just like what book of the Bible is actually your favorite book. What are you feeling?
brother.
It's more about what you're feeling right now. For me, I listen to a lot of contemporary Christian and I guarantee you on the way home, there's a band called For King and Country. Correct. But if you actually played the song,
I would know it.
No, it's going to be in a commercial one of these days. It's called Joy. So
I got the joy.
Yes.
Down
Down east.
down in
How do you know it?
Just out of nowhere.
I think that's something that everybody.
But it's a great, it's about what you're feeling. Now, I'll tell you this right now. I'm not playing that song in service. I can't play it,
Okay.
Believe it or not, if I would narrow it down, is Amazing Grace
Oh, right.
to the tone of House of the Rising Sun.
Okay.
So.
I don't know nothing about church hymns
Right down.
because I don't go to church that often.
So.
When they do like really, really old school songs, I'll be just like, man, I do not know all the words.
You're talking about the old church hymns?
Just so old church hymns where only the elders are singing it and everybody else is just looking around like.
I think.
I just start clapping like, I don't know this one.
That's one thing that I know. I know a lot of contemporary
You know a lot
Christian.
of-
I go to Living Water, Pentecostal, and I'm like, did you guys write this song yourself?
Oh, yeah. That's different. It'd be
Yeah, correct. It's
a little more sassy.
I don't need. I actually think
stank
the
on
person
it.
in the back is just typing up the
Yeah,
words,
just-
like based on what they're feeling, and it's right on cue.
It's just a whole different.
So.
Different. That's different though. That's funny. What? I was asking you your Pokemon card.
Yeah.
What about it?
What is it?
Charizard.
Charizard. What does he do?
Wait,
Is it like the
What is?
He's a dragon.
a dragon?
Is that like take on a personality of?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Mine
Pikachu?
was Angry Black Woman.
Oh,
That was my
Jigglypuff?
card. That was my Pokemon.
Oh, you silly.
That's what I could turn into it. And he said Angry
Hey.
Black Grandma.
Trump's angle.
Angry Black Woman.
Oh,
Because
okay.
grandma got some time put in.
I'm doing innocent grandchild.
Innocent grandchild.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh,
you
they can get away with a lot.
everything. Oh,
They get
yeah.
away. Okay, then I see.
That
you.
went to church on
You could
Sunday?
throw some dirt and then be like, "What do you mean?" I got you.
So it's
Inherently
more of the-
good.
That's more of the sneak attack.
Yeah, it's a sneak attack for
You
sure.
get so many points for what, stealth or
Yeah, that's crazy. My grandmother used to say, Pokemon is the devil. Did anybody say that to you guys? Like it was possessed?
Maybe they had tarot cards.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't even remember her basis. I have to call her and ask her, like, why did she say that? But she might be like, I don't even know what you're talking about. If I asked her. Just something to think about. You
I
never
don't
heard
know.
that?
Pokemon's the devil?
Yeah.
No, it's not the devil. You know.
He said it's not the devil.
Well,
It's not the devil.
That's-
Why?
That's what I heard.
Why?
I don't know. I would have to ask
Do
her.
I don't know either.
Like Pokemon?
Yes.
of course he likes
Did you watch the Pokemon movie then?
No.
You don't like Pokemon?
I'm gonna have to look that up.
I know nothing about Pokemon. If anything, I know more about Pokemon because I chase so many people out of here at 3 o'clock in the morning when they're going to the gym and
You chase them out? Does this close?
Yeah, at 11.
Oh,
So
never knew.
that's the only way I know Pokemon. Yeah, I know Pokemon's a little yellow little dog.
Pikachu.
Oh, it's Pikachu. That's right. See, I even got those confused.
Oh, here we go. So you didn't play the Pokemon game on the phone and it was like they had the Pokemon and you see them, you try to capture them?
No,
didn't see
definitely
that?
never played Pokemon Go.
Oh, well, hello, buddy.
Sup, troublemakers?
Although I used to geocache.
Did you say troublemakers?
Yes.
Geocache
Yes, I
is a
did.
great
We're
family.
tangent bandits.
I wonder why the lights were on in here. I had no
Uh-oh.
idea you went to 10 o'clock.
It's
We
lit.
don't. We
oh,
actually.
you know what? We went over. We've been in here talking with Officer Palmer.
Yeah, we just kind of happened.
Guys, feel free. As long as you guys are all out before 11 o'clock so he doesn't kick you out, I think we're getting all set.
That wouldn't be a kick out. It'd be more like
A walkout.
like a walk,
Hey,
like a
just so you
chauffeur.
know, we got to end the show now.
Right.
Why? Was something wrong, Officer Paul? Yeah, it's time for you to go.
It's time for everybody to go wrap
Yeah.
this shit
All
up
right.
right
See you
now.
guys later. I just want to investigate why the lights were on.
Oh, because
Cool,
it's
Because I was
lit.
driving along here because I had to drop something off, and I went, why are
Oh.
the lights on in the studio?
Oh, I didn't think
Alright,
about
So
that.
you saw something suspicious that you investigated yourself. That's why
Saw
the police
something.
are-
You were gonna say
I
something.
know. Why
huh?
would he just call you and say, "Hey, what's going on?"
Because I'm the co-advisor for this place.
Yeah.
And I thought actually Jeremiah was here and it wasn't you guys.
Oh yeah.
That would be no surprise.
Jared left.
So
He's busy.
Did he leave?
Yeah.
No, he's here. He
don't
left.
know.
What am I supposed to say? I don't
What's
know. I don't know where he is. He could be
Alright,
here.
I'll send him a message. See
Okay.
if he's here. I doubt he is. I will blame Jermaine for it all. Sorry, guys.
What if he didn't tell him that he left? And everybody like he gone. That's why I was like, I don't know where he is.
see that? We just told the entire audience that Jeremiah left. I hope his stalkers now listen
He
to
is
us.
still here. He's here. Okay. Oh God. This was a really funny episode.
I think so.
We went over.
Yeah, we did,
You got to come back again, brother.
brother.
But I had fun. I'm Queen Lane.
I'm Jameer Zell.
And I'm Officer Jane Palmer.
And that has been
Tangent Bandits.
Bye, y'all.
Good night.
What? You act like you almost forgot your name.
No, I was,
Officer Palmer. I believe I am. So the people have said. Oh man, that was